Hey everybody, it's Nate and Steph from EXPLORIST.life. We teach people how to build DIY campers. And this video is episode number 10 in a series of videos where we are showing you step by step from the ground up how we're upfitting our brand new Ford Transit into a DIY camper van.
This is the third video in our lizard skin saga. We've already sprayed the sound control sound deadening and have done a side-by-side testing to see how much of a difference it made. And in this video, we're going to spray the lizard skin ceramic insulation to try to slow the heat gain and heat loss through the body panels. Let's get started.
So the front of the van, we had to unmask and untape everything because we were doing the sound testing and driving around and all that kind of stuff for the video that you saw last week. Now, if you were trying to mirror this project, I wouldn't recommend doing the sound control and then driving it around and then doing the ceramic insulation. It's just definitely adding a step to the process. But since we had to do that for YouTube, we are going to remask all of this now. We put the seats back in it, again for the driving portion. So we're gonna have to mask off the seats, mask off the dash, basically everything from here and here and there, down and over. So that's what we're going to do right now. So now that we're finished with the masking inside, the next step is to get ready to spray. So I'm going to go ahead and reassemble my spray gun after spraying the lizard skin sound deadening right over here. So I'm gonna put this piece onto the end of the gun like this. And then twist the nozzle all the way in. So once the nozzle is all the way in, we need to back this out 2 full rotations. So I just took a mark with a Sharpie right there, and then just gonna back it out 2 rotations. 1 and 2. And that'll give us a good starting point for this. The further out we unscrew the nozzle, the more product it's going to spray, and vice versa for the opposite direction. And then next is attaching the siphon tube to the bottom of the gun. Just like that. So the next thing that we need to do is mix up the lizard skin ceramic insulation. So we're going to open this up. And this one's already about halfway empty or so because the other day, before we put the seats and the floorboard back in, I sprayed some of this up underneath the floorboard so we could do the sound testing and stuff like that. So that's why this one's part of the way empty. So I'm going to grab my paddle bit and drill. And start mixing. So the texture of this stuff is quite a bit different than the sound control. This is it has little ceramic beads in it, which is the ceramic insulation, which makes it a lot lighter weight. Per square foot, this only adds 0.1 pounds per square foot as opposed to 0.5 pounds for the other stuff. So it's just a lot lighter, which makes it weird to mix. It's almost like Floam, if you remember that stuff from like the 90s, kind of like that foam infused Play-Doh. But anyway, it's all mixed up now. I'm gonna clean off this paddle bit and then get it poured into the spray cup. So the other day, I learned that since the stuff is so light, it's really actually kind of hard to pour it into this little cup without spilling it everywhere. So what I'm going to do this time around, saw this on another YouTube channel, I think it was DIY Home Renovation, was to tape off a V with some duct tape on the side that I'm pouring it into, so it makes this kind of a spout, if you will. So I'm gonna do that and see if that helps at all. Oh gosh.
There we go.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna stretch it out over this way and then come back with it. So we just got finished shooting the first 2-gallon pail of the ceramic insulation, and I was just getting really tired of refilling up the cup over and over and over and over again, especially since this stuff is kind of hard to pour. So I came up with an idea that I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but we're going to try it because I'm like 48% sure that it's going to work. So I'm going to take this tube and I'm going to attach it to the bottom of the siphon hose that was inside the spray gun, drill a hole in the top of the lid, and then drop this whole tube down in here. I think it'll work, but we're going to give it a shot. I don't think I could live with myself if I didn't try it. So that's what we're going to do right now. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So actually, Grace behind the camera, she had a great idea. So we're going to put this on here like this. And then fasten this on here like so. Like that. And then it'll curve to the front of the bucket anyway. So that's what we're going to try this time. Put it at this end. Make sure that tube goes to the tube goes to the front. Okay. Yeah. Then whack it. Okay, now we're going to try it now. That's working. Nice. Okay, so that worked way better than I thought it was going to. The main negative about that one was it was just kind of heavy and awkward, like holding it up above my head. I probably couldn't have done it with the sound control since it's a little heavier, but it wasn't too bad. So I had to give my shoulders a chance to rest, which was good because the compressor couldn't really run the entire time that I was doing it either. So I am going to keep doing that because it worked good enough for that. So we've got one more coat to spray, 2 hours to wait, and then a second coat to spray. So I'm going to get the lid off of this, get it mixed up, and then take it inside, and then plop the lid from the pail that I just finished up inside. And that's what we're going to do right now.
Now that all of the spraying is done, it's time to do some testing to see if it worked. So we bought a thermal camera and we're going to put it to work in the next video, so stay tuned.
Now, we hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, it would be awesome if you would share it with somebody or a group who you think could use it. Leave any questions you've got or new things you learned in the comment section below. And if this video inspired you to build something, be sure to tag your projects with the Explorist Life tag on Instagram so that we can see and share your projects. Subscribe if you want to see more DIY camper building tutorials, and we will see you in the next video.